My name is Jean and this is my channel Learn with Jean. In today's video, I'm going to demo and make an updated video on how to create your first mini course. I made this video a couple years ago and now things have changed in terms of this online space. So I wanted to redo this video to make it more clear about what goes into a mini course, because this question comes up a lot amongst creators, like how much do I put out there? What do I really need to make it an effective and educational learning experience? I'm going to demo this using the Thinkific mini course template that is built into your Thinkific account when you sign up. And if you like to check out Thinkific and give it a try, I do have an affiliate code as an expert that you can use in the description below. So check it out and sign up if you'd like to give Thinkific a try for 1 month free. Let's get started. I am demoing this in my partner account, and this will look very similar to your creator account. And if you just want to log in and then click on new course, you will have the option to choose from a blank template, a pre-sale, a mini course, flagship, webinar replay, or just a membership resource library. Now I'm going to use this mini course template, and so I've created it already, and it's called this demo course. And basically a mini course is really what it says. It's mini, so it means it's small. It's not a large full-fledged course. It's meant to be just a taste and a preview of what you are teaching, so that students who are interested and really what they've received can continue to buy the full price course. And so the idea of a mini course is using it in a few ways. One, as a lead gen, so you can give away a free mini course to test out this idea of, let's just say I want to sell a course on how to lose. If I want to sell a course on how to launch your course step by step in 6 weeks, I can give you this mini course, which is just covers a little bit of everything, and then see how you like it, and then use that as a way to collect emails, nurture those emails, and potentially upsell those to either a coaching call, more products and services, or at least continue to nurture them in my funnel so that they potentially might be customers later on. Now, if you don't want to use it the other way, so you can use it as a lead gen, so create this course, and then what you can do is use this as an upsell to a bigger course, and you can also use this just to do market research. So there's many different ways to use this mini course, and I'm just going to demo how the template works and give you the framework for building out your first mini course in Thinkific step by step. So remember, a mini course is small, so the ideal recommendation is usually 3 chapters or 3 modules. And so what that means is a full-fledged course may have at least 6 to 8 modules. We're going to cut it down in half for this mini course just to get a taste test to see what people are interested and whether they're potentially wanting to buy the full product, the full curriculum. And so this is a great opportunity for me to test out what my customers are interested in, get feedback, and continue to build my email list. And now let's get started on using this template. I'm just going to call this a demo course because I'm demoing it. Now, the way Thinkific structures it's similarly to what I've just said, in that there are 3 modules, but one of the things that they like to do is give instructions. And so this can be different depending on whether you want to use this template or whether you don't want to use this template. So if you don't like this instructions, you can delete it, and everything is set to draft, so it's not published. And so what's important to know about this instructions is that basically it walks your students through how this course is set up, how it's structured, how you've designed the learning experience to maximize the benefit and impact, and help them get the most out of this experience so that they want to continue learning and or hearing from you. Instructions for this course can be either they use this as a simple text lesson, but I recommend using video. And the reason why I say this is because any opportunity that your students have to hear from you, to connect with you in different forms, whether it's text, video, audio, PowerPoint, or PDF, it really helps their learning experience to the next level. And so remember, this is a mini course template, and so they give you instructions here on how you might set up the instructions for your students to walk them through the entire course, how to log in, how to get help. And so Thinkific has made this a text lesson, but feel free to use it or not use it. I find that text is limiting, and so it would be more beneficial to make this a video walkthrough. There's many tools out there that you can simply, as I'm doing right now, record my screen and talk over a slide. And because this is so with this mini course template, you technically have 4 modules, because you have one module which is pretty much your introductory or your welcome module, and then you have 3 main modules and or chapters that really set up the course content. And so one thing that I always like to start out with is that each course should begin with a module learning outcomes. Now, the reason why I say this is because I really feel like online courses really could do better. I feel like so this is a great framework to start out with, but one of the things I would add to this template is to start out with each chapter with a high-level module learning outcomes. And so what you can do is make it a text lesson, or sometimes I like to make it a video slide lesson. Now, whichever way you do it is up to you. I feel like video is more impactful and more helpful and beneficial for the learner. Now, because I'm just demoing this, I will just make this a text lesson to show you what I mean. And that I always feel like module learning outcomes really benefit our students and our learners, because they really set the stage and they communicate what is most important about this specific section, chapter, and our module. What are we expecting our students to grasp? What are we expecting them to master and or learn? Because learning isn't just about consuming knowledge, it's because we really want to take learning to the next level and apply it to something else. And so I'm going to just call this module learning outcomes. And then I would recommend that each module or chapter include at least 3 to 5 learning outcomes. And you can reference, I'm going to include this here, Bloom's taxonomy as a helpful guide. And you can also check out my video on learning outcomes and how to set up learning outcomes appropriately for your online course, even if you are not an instructional designer. These really guide your students and show them what they're expected to master at the end of this course. And this is really important because we don't want students just to binge through these lessons. We want them to really take the time to pause, take the time to really reflect and think about how they will take this new information and apply it to a job, apply it in their life, or to hold themselves accountable by taking action. And as I recommend, 3 to 5 learning outcomes, and then you can reference Bloom's taxonomy for some sample verbs. But each module will start out with, at the end of the module, you will be able to. And so this is really key, is because we want to focus on that able to. What are they able to do? We don't want them just to consume. We're really focused on the application and practicality of this. So maybe it's after the end of the first lesson, they will be able to define their target market audiences. And I say audiences because sometimes when we're beginning to launch an online course, we don't always have the first target defined. And so it helps to have multiple targets so that if one target doesn't work out, then we can pivot to another target. The second aspect is we want to be able to conduct online market research about their potential customers' pain points. And so with that, pain points is very broad, and so we want to be able to show our students how do you conduct market research. And what does that look like if you're doing Facebook, whether you're on Instagram and or YouTube and or Amazon? We want to be able to show them how to conduct different online market research. And then the last skill is we want our students to be able to analyze the findings from the market research and define the main problems they're trying to solve. Now, I didn't write this perfectly, but that's the idea, analyze. And so again, this is a framework that you can apply to each module. So my first module, let's just say, is going to be on market research, and then these would be the main learning outcomes that I would expect my students to grasp. And so the course content that's included in this first module needs to be able to meet this criteria. So you want to think about it as an alignment, that this first section, the content needs to be able to match up what they're able to demonstrate at the end of the course. Because if your students aren't able to demonstrate this, then what's the point of learning and consuming and or taking this course? That is a guiding principle and framework for each module, is to start out with your module learning outcomes. I also like the structure that they give you with a message from your instructor, and then this is a walkthrough, and then this could be some helpful tips for your students. Now I can say this is market research, and then this will be on course content strategy and content types. So my first lesson will be all about market research. My second module in our chapter will be on content strategy, and then my third will be on marketing and selling your online course. So then this gives me a framework, and I'm going to make this the market research overview. So basically in this course, I'm going to test this out to see if students might be interested in buying a bigger course on how to launch your online course in 6 weeks. And then at the end of the lesson in this course, I'm going to make sure I have a survey. So this is really important, because when you have a survey, it gives you some more insights and data points on what your students are potentially interested in, what your audience wants to hear, what their challenges are, what is keeping them up at night, what is keeping them stuck. All those questions will be really helpful in this survey. And then the other thing I would like to suggest is also add a course survey to get some feedback on the course. So this will help you decide which sections need more content, which sections need less content, or which sections could be better improved. So you could just call this a course survey. And then keep this simple, because people have short attention spans, they're busy. So you can definitely add the free text, but I would also suggest adding some simple multiple choice just to gauge what the feedback was about the course. So we can say one answer, and we can say, how would you rate this course on a scale of 1 to 10? And then we'll save this and add our choice. So we can say 1 was terrible, 10 might be excellent. I'll put 10 excellent, and then maybe we can have a 5 for okay. So this kind of gives you a general idea of how to use this mini course template, and we need to select which one to get some feedback. And then most of all, ask this, have a open-ended question, but also have a multiple choice in terms of what would they rate this course on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you can add another course. You can add another question to say which sections were the best and which ones were your least favorite, just so that you can get some more data. Although the data is going to be numeric, so it's going to be a little bit limited, but it just gives you some general sense as you continue to poll and survey and get more feedback. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or feedback. Overall, my main thing is if you use this template, remember to always have module learning outcomes to set up each section to define what your students are able to learn and complete and master in very specific terms, because when you're more specific, students get a clear idea of where they're headed, and we don't want students to feel confused and are lost. So the more clarity that we give, the more they feel confident and excited to keep learning. And so this is a general overview about how you use the Thinkific mini course template. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, comments, or feedback about a mini course. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.